What's up guys, my name's Brandon, and today Apple released iOS 14.3 Beta 2 to both developers and public beta testers just 3 business days after the release of Beta 1. And I'm not sure I've ever seen a beta come out this soon after another beta, but as I always say, especially here in 2020, you never know what Apple is going to do these days. So anyways, of course, in this video, we're going to talk about what's new here in the software update. We're going to discuss the battery life, the performance, the bugs, and more. So taking a look at the size of this update, you can see it came in here at 385 megabytes on my iPhone 12 Pro. That size will vary depending on your device and the version you're coming from, but it should be less than 500 megabytes for everybody. So let's go ahead and check out the build number for this update in our settings, general about 14.3. You can see there the build number is 18C5054C. So we went from an F at the end of the build number to a C. So I'm expecting this build to be a bit more stable than the first beta. And if we scroll down a little bit to the modem firmware, you can see we did also get a modem firmware update. So we went from 1.31.02 to 1.31.03-4. And of course, that modem firmware version could be a little bit different depending on the generation of your device. But for the iPhone 12 series, that's what you should be seeing there for the modem firmware on this update. So now what's new in iOS 14.3 Beta 2? And as you guys could probably tell from the small size of this update, there's really not a lot changed. And especially if you pair that with the fact that this Beta 2 came out just 3 days after Beta 1, that indicates to me that Apple pushed this out very quickly to patch up some sort of bug that I'm not sure what it could have been, because 14.3 Beta 1 has been running very smooth for me. I've been using it every single day, and I'll talk more about the performance and the battery life later on in this video. But I mean, it's weird that they would release it so soon after Beta 1. But nonetheless, let's talk about some new features that were included in Beta 1 and also here in Beta 2 that I did not cover in previous videos. So if we go into our settings here and then go down to camera and then to record video, you'll notice that we have a new option here for show PAL formats. So if you go ahead and turn that on, you can see up here you get 2 new formats for 4K at 25 and 1080p at 25 right there. And you can see underneath it gives a description of what the PAL format is. It says PAL is a television video format used in many countries in Europe, Asia, Africa, and South America. So if you're in the US, this is going to be an irrelevant toggle to you, but if you are outside of the US, this could be a very helpful toggle inside of the camera application for you. Another new feature in iOS 14.3 is this alert right here when you have sleep mode enabled and you wake up before your alarm goes off. So you can see there it says turn off alarm. It looks like you're awake. Would you like to turn off your alarm in sleep mode? And then it gives you the option to either leave sleep mode on or to turn it off. So this is extremely helpful because there's been many times where I wake up before my alarm and I just simply forget to turn it off, and then the alarm goes off later and I have to manually turn it off. So that can be annoying. So this is a very nice pop-up here, a new alert in iOS 14.3. Also inside of the home application, if we go to the home button right up top and then go to home settings and then go down to software updates, you can see that looks new right there. And if you go ahead and tap on that, you also get the option to update all. So I only have one update here, or only one HomeKit enabled devices, but if you have multiple devices there, there's a new toggle in here to update all HomeKit devices at the same time. And just for a comparison, I have iOS 14.2 over here on the left, and you can see the section is completely different now in 14.3. It's sectioned off. You also get some text underneath it that talks about software updates. And when you go into the actual software update section, you can see that is new as well. And I really like the check mark up top as well, saying that all accessories are up to date. And then it shows the date that it was last checked. I think that it's extremely helpful because in the past, it's always been kind of hard to find where to update the HomePod, and it's just always been kind of a hassle. So it looks like Apple is really, upping their game and helping figure out where software updates are and making it easier to update everything. And I think this will be especially beneficial for HomePod minis as well, especially since people will have multiple HomePod minis and you'll be able to update them all at the same time. We also have something new inside of the health application. I talked about this last time a little bit, but I didn't actually show it inside of the health app. So if we go to our browse right here and then go to heart and then go all the way down, you'll see that we have this section right here for cardio fitness. And this is new in 14.3. This is going to be something new you can do, something new that you can track with an Apple Watch and of course with your iPhone and the health application. So you can learn all about the cardio fitness right there. And then also inside of the TV application, if we go to search, you'll see that we have this new section here for all the different genres, and we have these nice little images indicating what the genre is, and it looks really, really good. I really love the look of this section here inside of the TV application. And just for comparison, once again, this is iOS 14.2 on the left, 14.3 on the right. You can see a massive difference here in the search tab in the TV application. I really like it. It looks so much better in my opinion. And then also in Apple Music, we also get the animated cover art here as well. This is not just for 14.3. I believe it's just a Apple Music update, like server side, and you'll see some animated cover arts there, which look really, really cool, but it is only for select ones. And I found that they're mostly just ones that are made by Apple. Now, unfortunately, we still do not have a fix for the animation on the lock screen with AirPlay there. It looks like it is a little bit different. It looks like we have some motion now, at least it moves a little bit after you press it and it opens, but still that animation just looks so clunky to me and so un-Apple-like. So I would still expect an update to fix the animation here on the lock screen when you press on AirPlay right there. And you can see this is actually different as well. I think this was more rounded in the past. All right, so it wasn't more rounded, but you could see the difference between the two right here, especially when we go right here. You could see it's a lot more clean. It looked really buggy. This is iOS 14.2. This is a public release over here on the left, and it looks very clunky over there. Looks a lot better here in 14.3 Beta 2. Beta 1 did not look like that either. Beta 1 looked just like it does on the left-hand side. Also, if we go in there, you can see it just opens up and that's it. And then when it goes back to the lock screen, it kind of has some lag there. But in 14.3 Beta 2, you can see it moves up. And then when you go to the lock screen, it's a very clean little animation back to the lock screen. So Apple is listening. This is something that I talked about in my 14.2 video and my 14.3 Beta 1 video. So Apple is definitely fixing up some of the animations here in 14.3, which is great to see. Now, as far as Apple ProRaw, that was one of the features included with iOS 14.3 Beta 1 inside of formats right here, Apple ProRaw, only for the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max. I am loving this feature. I really like the fact that you can customize and really just manipulate the photos more than you could in the past. And actually, I found out that there is an album for RAW photos as well. So if we go to our photos right here and then go to albums and then go all the way down, you'll see that we have a section down there for RAW photos. And when you go there, you can see all of the RAW photos that you've taken. And I did also notice that you can customize, you can, edit, I should say, these photos with the default editor here more than you can other photos. You can really manipulate these photos a lot more than you can regular shot photos, like regular JPEG photos. So that is good to see that you do not need to just import these into Photoshop to get the benefits of shooting RAW. You could do it straight from the built-in editor here. Now, as far as the text message notification bug, that was impacting a lot of people on 14.2 and also 14.3 Beta 1. So I cannot confirm if that's been fixed yet, but I will be testing that out extensively over the next few days, and I will bring you guys a follow-up video letting you know if 14.3 Beta 2 fixed the dreaded text message notification bug. And if you're still facing that bug, let me know down in a comment below, because I really need to see how popular and really how widespread this issue is. Now, a lot of people have also been reporting display bugs, most notably with the iPhone 12 series, like any of the iPhone 12s. Now, I've not had a single issue with the display on my iPhone 12, 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max, or 12 mini, and I've had multiples of those models as well, and I've not had a single issue with any kind of tinting or any kind of issue with True Tone, anything on my 12s. So I can't comment on that. I mean, I don't know if it's fixed because I never had it, but if you have had display issues or display bugs, let me know if it's been fixed down in the comments below, because I am very curious to hear about that as well. Now, as far as the widgets go, I've not had any issues with widgets on 14.3 at all. I didn't have issues on 14.2 either, but some people reported with the clock widget that the hour hand would just simply stop turning. So I don't use that widget personally, and I've only heard, a handful of people say that, but I will be checking that out and seeing if that's been fixed in Beta 2 as well. And I'll talk about that in my follow-up video, most likely coming this weekend. Now, as far as the performance goes, performance has been excellent so far on iOS 14.3 Beta 1. Again, I have been using this daily on my iPhone 12 Pro, and I've not had any issues whatsoever. No random crashes, no random resprings, no, Bluetooth connectivity drops, nothing like that, which makes me, again, scratch my head as to why Apple released this second beta so quickly after the first beta. So I don't know, maybe time will tell, but I am going to run a quick benchmark test here as well to see how the benchmark scores compare to beta 1, because on my initial impression of beta 2, it feels literally identical to beta 1. I cannot tell any performance improvements, but of course I have not used it throughout the day yet, so I wouldn't be able to tell anyway. So that's what my follow-up videos are for, so I can tell you how the performance and the battery life have been over the course of at least a few days. So you can see we scored a 1589 and a 3856. So let's go ahead and see how that compares to beta 1. So you can see beta 1 there is, both of these are actually beta 1. So you can see a 1589 versus a 1530, and then a 3856 versus a 3360. So some nice improvements there. Was this on 14.3 as well? Yeah, so this was on 14.3 as well. So we did have a higher multi-core on the 13th, but you can see that the single core is higher there from both days. So it looks like we have an improvement on the single core, but not necessarily on the multi-core. But once again, you may not even notice a difference at all in performance going from beta 1 to beta 2. I personally have not yet. Now, as far as the battery life goes, I would expect battery life to be about the same on beta 2 as it was on beta 1. So I would not expect any type of big improvement to battery life, especially with such a small sized update. Speaking of battery life, I did upload my big iPhone 12 versus 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max, 12 Mini, SE, 10R, and 11 big battery drain test video today. So if you guys did not see that video yet, I would appreciate if you went and checked it out. It's up in the cards and also linked down in the description below. Spoiler alert, the iPhone 12 Pro Max lasted over 10 hours in that battery test, which is just insane. But anyway, yeah, the battery life in iOS 14.3 beta 2 is likely going to be exactly the same as beta 1, but I will let you guys know if anything stands out in terms of battery life in my follow-up video coming later on this week or possibly into the weekend. So anyways, guys, there you have it. That is iOS 14.3 beta 2, a very surprising release from Apple today. Not only was it just a few days after the release of beta 1, but it was also much later in the day than when they normally release these iOS updates. So very strange, but once again, I'm not even surprised anymore because Apple has just thrown so many curveballs our way this year. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about iOS 14.3 beta 1 or beta 2 down in the comment section below. Also, let me know if you're having any issues. How's the performance? How's the battery life? Let me know all those good things down there in those comments below. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe for my follow-up video and also a lot more content coming on the channel very, very soon. But anyways, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.